When was the last time you watched a movie where the white balance was perfect? I mean, like pure white. This is how some popular movies would look like if the white balance was like that. Yes, they look weird. And that's because we are losing that creative intent. Let's go into DaVinci Resolve and figure out how to avoid one of the biggest mistakes beginner colorists make. First of all, I'm going to create a new timeline using these two clips. I will not do any editing, so I'm going straight to the color tab. For my color management, I'm going to use DaVinci Color Managed with DaVinci White Gamut Intermediate, and my output is sRGB, and click Save. Now I just go into the media pool, select my both clips, and my input transfer function is from DJI, so I'm going to select that. Increase the offset in both clips so they don't look underexposed. I'm going to tag this node as exposure, and I'm going to work in the next node. Normally, what a beginner colorist will try to do is to white balance this shot. So maybe they will just take the pick drop and just select a white area right here. And yeah, that looks white actually. But we have to take in consideration the fact that the director of photography selected this location for one specific purpose. And not just the DP, but also everyone in the crew. And that's what the creative intent is. I will reset my node, and it is very possible that the intent is that the interior looks warm, while the outside looks kinda neutral or even a little bit cold. I will take this shot as a reference because this looks like really good. So what I'm going to actually do is to balance this shot so the interior looks like this. Because as a colorist, you don't have to white balance everything perfectly to a pure white, but you really have to take care of the balance between shots. So what I'm going to do here is actually warm up a little bit my shot, make another serial node, and here I'm just going to take care of the interior. And for my interior, I'm going to create another node that is going to be here, and I'm going to create a mask. Using the curves, I'm going to select everything inside this office, and I'm going to track my mask forward and backwards. Here it's lighted a little bit, but that's no problem. I can click frame, and now I will change this keyframe. So this will look good. I'm going to review the rest of it. And yeah, that looks perfect. I'm going to click here to see my mask, soften a little bit my mask, and even put a little bit of the outside. Actually, I'm going to soften it very much. That's good enough. I click the highlight so I hide the mask, and I'm going to select the alpha into the interior. What I'm just doing here is doing the matte for the window so that any color that I do in this node is just going to affect the inside of this window. And now I have to color match with this shot. So what I'm going to do is right click, grab a still, go to my gallery, right click, and play the still. Return to this clip. And with this, I am going to be able to match both shots. I'm realizing that this is too green, the one on the left, so I'm going to put a little bit of tint and a little bit more warmth, but maybe just a little more tint. Okay, that's good. And a little bit more warm. Yeah, I think I went a little bit too far, so I'm going to lower a little bit my temperature. And yeah, I think that looks very good. Now I can click here to hide the reference, and this is my shot. What we need to do is to make them feel as if they were in the same world. I can even take advantage of this and create a parallel right here, connect the same alpha, but right here I'm going to go here and click here. So this key is inverted. And now I can even put a little bit more of cold temperature in the outside, a little bit more of greens, and I will even lower the offset so it is a little bit underexposed. So the contrast in this image is much greater. And also I'm trying to highlight my character who is inside the building. And let's see how it matches with our next shot. Yeah, that looks perfect. As you can see, it is much more important to match our shots instead of trying to white balance every single shot to a pure white. It will keep the actual mood of the shot, and this is a respectful work for our director of photography. We don't want to mess with the look that they were seeing on set.